Alright, it took me a while to get this video out just because I had no idea how to come back. I've been away for more than a year now, maybe even more. A lot has changed in my life. I finally graduated, got my degree, and then got to move on into a new chapter of my life that I've been eagerly looking for. And yeah, that's where we are now. So basically, on the day I had my graduation ceremony, I went out for dinner with a bunch of friends, and most of them were asking me, so how do I feel now that I graduated? Basically, the whole gist of this video is just going to be about how I feel after coming to Hong Kong, studying here, and then how it went a bit during my studies, how I envision life to be once I would graduate, and how it actually is, kind of like an expectation versus reality. And yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. So I arrived in this city full of enthusiasm and curiosity, but not with the right purpose. You see, my main goal when I was starting uni was to make a life for myself and be independent. The problem is that the essence of Hong Kong is more goals-oriented business, entrepreneurship, career. Like, you come here, people usually come here to conquer, to achieve things and to thrive. And while exploration doesn't necessarily align with that, on my side it was just because this way of trying to be independent and making a life for myself was just because I was a bit biased, because most of the people around me back in my home country, they were going to like countries like Australia, Canada, France, and the dynamics were a bit different over there. Like Hong Kong and those other countries have different lifestyle, different ways of doing things. I'll just put it as different dynamics. So that was the main thing. So when I started uni, I quickly got to experience what I just mentioned. If I had to summarize how my uni life was, it felt a bit segregated. Usually you would see is that people tend to stick with their own circles, like in terms of social life. Local students will stick to local students, international students will stick to international students, and it's just how things run. It's like, I mean, it doesn't mean that you won't be friends with other people, or, you know, local, international doesn't mingle and make friends, but that's the general trend that you see. And in terms of uni itself, usually, like, as I said, very career goal focused. What most students do is that first 2 years is usually you focus on your grades, you try to get the best grades as as high as possible. Third year, the main goal is trying to get an internship by the end of that third year to have some work experience. And then during that internship, it's about trying to find a job offer. And then fourth year is about either wrapping up the few courses that you've done or drowning on their final year project. I mean, most people usually, you know, get it done and quickly move on. And then after that, you move on to the work life. But then, during those years as a student, you'll definitely, how would I put it? You'll definitely fantasize about how life would be after university, or even experience it a bit. That's why I kind of like wanted to reflect on that, because I thought about it as a student. Now I'm experiencing it, and I wanted to do some kind of expectation, what were my expectation and what reality is, and yeah, end the video with that. Alright, expectation versus reality. So first, expectation was about finance, obviously, and let me tell you, this city is freaking expensive. So back to the time that I was in uni, I knew I had to save a considerable amount of money, because transitioning from university life, where the expenses were much less, to working life, because when you're transitioning, you have to find an apartment, a place to live, and many other things that will be part of your lifestyle, and it will come at a cost, a pretty hefty one. So make sure you secure a job. Like, that's the most important, to be honest. To be able to keep your head over your shoulders in Hong Kong, you need a constant flow, like a constant flow in of income. And after that, I'd say that make sure you save as much money as you can when you're leaving uni and transitioning, because as I said, there will be expenses. Like, for example, when you're moving in a new apartment, you'll have to first sign a contract. They would want to make sure you can pay for it. Usually contracts are either 6 months to a year minimum, and obviously they will ask you for 3 months of rent. It would be either 1 month deposit or 2 months rent, or 2 months deposit and 1 month rent. As a student, it's not that easy to get that big amount just like that. So you'll have to think of that. I'd say that the second thing I thought about was actually, well, if you put all the problems that might come across your way in terms of finance aside, the person you were in uni, like on the last year of uni I'm talking about, the habits that you had, things that you were doing, the way you were taking care of yourself, how your lifestyle was, it won't change as much, honestly. If you're thinking that moving from university life to working life will help you to put in place the resolution that you've taken, I don't think that's gonna be I don't think that's gonna necessarily work on the short term. Maybe after 1 year, after 2 years, that might work, but short term, you'll still be the same person, just with much more resources and a bigger number on your bank account. You'll just trade your time. Instead of doing assignment, instead of going to class, it's just going to be going to work. And in Hong Kong, a lot of the work here are like corporate jobs, long hours, and then when you're coming back, you just wanna chill, you just wanna rest. If you were thinking of, I don't know, getting back to a hobby that you had before, like for example, you're someone who liked the guitar and you want to get back to it once you start working, probably you'll find it hard to get back to it. You just want to rest, watch Netflix, sleep, or even go out for drinking. So that's the main thing that's gonna happen. Just like, that's how I felt. And last thing, which was also part of my expectation, was that I knew that I would miss the enormous amount of free time I had back in university. And in fact, I do, but it's not that bad, to be honest. It's alright. But it's more about realizing, oh damn, back in uni I had so much time, so much free time. I could do so much things. When you start working, yeah, you're definitely gonna be like, man, university was just like kindergarten. You had so much free time, you had so much things you could have done. I mean, it's not too late. I think one of the main issue I've seen also in Hong Kong is that people tend to say that they are busy. By default, everyone's gonna be busy here. If you wanna do a certain thing, you just gotta prioritize and plan it. Put it in your schedule and do it. Well, that's basically it for me, guys. Let me know what you thought about this little video in the comment. Some update about this channel. It's still gonna be about tech. I'm still thinking about what content to put here. I want to get back to making videos, so I don't want to just, publish crap things. This channel is definitely going to contain some insights about tech, coding, some of my experiences in Hong Kong, things I've learned, things I'm trying to learn, and yeah, it's about experimenting, trying to push me to do more things, basically. If there's anything for you to learn, that's already a win for me. So, yeah. Well, hope you enjoy. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.